in the system, hearing the same verbiage, understanding what the expectations are. Guys are just playing football and their natural ability is coming out as opposed to thinking and trying to figure out what we're trying to get done. They know it now. It's just a matter of how they're going to attack it and how they're going to get it done.
How have they been responding to Terrell Hunt, knowing that this time around he is the leader?
They're good. I mean, Terrell established himself as a leader probably towards the middle and definitely towards the end of the season. So it's not like a new phenomenon like Terrell's the leader. He showed it, he earned it, and they've continued to grow. The beautiful thing about this for me is that they've all grown together. So it's just like having kids and raising them up. The raising part has happened over the spring and now fall camp, but they've all been in the same boat. They've all started for the first time. They've all went through the ups and downs, and now they're trying to see the progress of all the hard work they put in there together. Thank you.
Talk a little bit about that backup quarterback battle. What are you looking for? Is it throws, decision making?
I'm sure Coach Lester did that, but we're looking for a guy that can go in if Terrell goes down and help us win a game. I mean, that's the job of any backup quarterback across the country, is to go in and act like the starter. So that's kind of what we're looking for.
With Josh Paris unfortunately having the injury, how do you look at Kendall and Jamal Custis and what the tight end situation is like after him?
It's all the same. It's a next man up philosophy. We've had some guys go down in this camp, and unfortunately that happens in football, but that's why we recruit players and that's why they compete. So we'll get Josh back as soon as we can, but Kendall and Jamal and Provo and Jacob Green, all those guys will get an opportunity and go out and help us win a game.
Mm-hmm. Are there maybe one or two things that you want to see Jamal do before you trust him to put him out on the field?
Oh, he'll be out there, so he just got to play. He's a freshman, and I said it last year, I'll say it now. They're going to have their growing pains. He's going to make some bonehead mistakes, but he's going to make some plays. I think as a play caller, it's important that we put him in positions to be successful so he can continue to develop his confidence. He's going to be a really good player, but it's going to take time for him to get accustomed to the game. So, we have to be patient with him, just like we were with Brisley and just like we were with Ashton. But, he has the ability to make plays, and he'll be a good player for us.
How much playing time do you anticipate for Jamal?
I don't know, talk to me after the game and I can give you that answer. But, he's going to be out there. He's a good player. We're going to give him what he can. We still got about 10 days left, but he'll be out there. He'll play. I can't give a play count, but, we're excited to get him out there and get his first bumps in college football and let him continue to grow and develop.
How do you see the role of the tight end developing as your offense does too?
I mean, they've done a great job. It's unfortunate that what happened to Paris. Paris was playing at a high level, playing at a totally different level. So they'll be involved. We got some athletic guys, we got tough guys, so we're excited to get those guys out there.
Hey, Joe, what are maybe a few things you learned about your offense in camp that maybe wasn't apparent coming out of the spring?
That they play for each other. I mean, these guys are really tight. I mean, I've been really pleased about the effort and the enthusiasm that they come out and practice for each other. I mean, we go hard, and those guys are just out there together. There's no, complaining or snipping at each other. It's all positive and supportive. So, that's a credit to Coach Hicks and his staff, what they did this summer and development to get them into football shape today.
When you lose a guy like Paris who has experience, starting games, how do you fill that hole?
Next man up. It's part of football. Every Villanova has guys that they've lost. I think they lost a DB that was the starter. So that's why we recruit. That's why we get scholarships. So, Kendall did a good job last year. Provo redshirted, but he's ready to go. And we got a guy in Jamal Custis who we think can help us out a lot. So, unfortunately, injuries happen. We'll get them back as fast as we can. But on Friday night, you guys aren't going to care who was out there. All you care about is a victory. So that's just the nature of the deal. So we'll be ready to go. We'll be excited to play, and the guys we have out there will go out there and execute at a high level.
Sean Avant's been a little bit banged up. We haven't seen him in practice. How's he doing, and what kind of contributions can he make if he's healthy?
He's doing good. I mean, Sean's a good player. He has good hands. He runs good routes, As soon as we can get him back out there, we'll get him in the fold. I think the beautiful thing about the receiver room is we have so many guys that when guys go down, it's just more reps that guys want. So it's a competitive situation, so guys understand that, you got to maximize your opportunities, and that's what the guys are doing right now.
The decision to have him work outside, at least for now, was that because you guys wanted to get Ashton some reps at H-back to balance out numbers, or what kind of went into that decision?
I think we're always trying to get the ball into our playmakers' hands, and we're always trying to find how to get our best 11 on the field. So, he gives us a dynamic ability to play inside and outside based on his ability to create separation and routes. So, our job as offensive coaches is to find the best 11 for the situation and get those guys on the field. So he's given us some flexibility to move guys around just based on his diversity.
We talk a little bit about Troy Green. Does he have a chance to possibly play at all during the season?
Everybody has a chance to play. He competes hard. He deserves the right to get out there when the time's right. So, we'll go through that. But he's no different than, Adley or Brisley. The biggest thing here is you're going to earn what you get. So if you're one of the top 11, top 15 guys, you'll be out on the field. If not, we got to continue to work, and that's just a program standard. So Troy does a great job. You know, he's always out there getting reps. He's always working hard. He makes plays for us in practice. So we'll continue to see how that develops.
How's he adapted to the wide receiver spot?
Troy's a competitor. You know, he's done a great job. You know, he played quarterback. You know, and I think being a quarterback helps him understand, you know, what we're doing in terms of route running and stuff like that. So, you know, he's a highly competitive guy. It's in his genes. So, you know, he's a great to have in our room, and, you know, he pushes guys to make sure that they stay on their toes.
What's Fleming do really well that even though he's dogged by injuries year after year, he's still always near the top of the country?
He's highly competitive. He's physical. Football's important to him, and he competes every day. You know, there's not a day where you have to get on him about his effort or anything like that. He wants to be out here. He loves to compete, and, you know, he's an extremely physical player.
You mentioned that Jamal's, you know, going to play in some capacity. Do you see Steve Ishmael at that point as well?
Yeah, Steve will play. Steve will be out there.
Last question for Coach. Anything else?
How do you know your guys play hard for each other? How do you see that? Like, where do you see that?
You just watch it. You know, we go 24. I think we got 24 plays in 10 minutes. That's fast. And guys, they don't yell or bitch at each other. They just support each other. So, you know, if you step back and you just watch what our players do in practice and how hard they go and how physical practice is, and there's not a lot of yelling or screaming at each other. It's just, hey, let's get this done. And, you know, that tells you, it's like if me and you are going on a marathon and I want to quit, you're pushing me like, don't quit, keep on going, then we're running for each other. And that's kind of the bond that, you know, Coach Hicks and his staff has developed over the summer, and it's kind of the guys that we want in this program, that we're all going to be in it together no matter if it's good or bad, and, you know, we all have the same common goal.
Thanks, Coach.